We live in 3D. 3D stands for like third dimension. And basically what that means is, you're able to interact with the world around you. You're able to see something off in the distance and you're able to physically go there and possibly touch it or throw something at it. Um, you know, it's just an interactive world. A world that's meant to be basically messed with or played around with, like a sandbox kind of. You're able to go in a sandbox and build sandcastles and do things, and that's kind of, that's the dimension that we're in. Now, we've all heard about portals and escapes where, like, you're able to go through this portal and it takes you somewhere else, but it's somewhere still within the 3D realm. However, dreams have always been something that's been played with, where you have a dream and in this dream you're able to go somewhere that you've never been before. You see things in your dream that you've never seen before, and you're in a place with entities that you've never knew even existed. And I've come to believe that through dreams you may be able to access different realms, different portals and pathways, maybe even leading into different dimensions. Because if we live in 3D and 3D is real, the third dimension, well, maybe 4D is real, maybe 5D. All these different, essential dimensions. And it's in the realization of this that if we're able to access this through the dreamscape, through our dreams as well, well, maybe how we dream is not the only way to dream. Because what we know about the mind is always changing. And it's widely known that the human mind specifically has been constantly inhibited through foods, through drugs, through the very environment. We're limited in our ability to perceive reality, to perceive truth, because we're not given the entire picture, and it's by design. In this three-dimensional world that we live in, they say that there are certain things that are possible and that are impossible. Things that are far-fetched, things that are fictional, like magic, right? So they say magic is impossible. It's impossible for a man to just hold out his hand and through sheer power of his mind create fire. And it's impossible for a man to use his mind to access his telekinetic abilities and do some type of telekinesis type push or pull. That's all impossible. Yet and still, in this three-dimensional world, we all live in a world where every single day, every day without fail, a ball of fire floats across the sky from one point to the other every day. And in this world, some days, if you live long enough, you may see rain pour down from a sky with no clouds. Just literal rain pouring from a sky with no clouds. What all is possible in this world that we live in, I believe, has been greatly hidden from us. They call it the devil fighting his wife when the rain falls in this manner. They say that it's a scientific anomaly. But yet and still, these things are just a few of the things that are possible and that do happen in the 3D realm that we inhabit. And what else is possible? Is telekinesis possible in this dimension that we access in our waking lives, in the awakened state of the mind, in the full frontal cerebral cortex is how we usually engage in the 3D world. And our portal into this world that gives us access to it is in these bodies. Like, you are inside of your body, who you are. And the way you're able to see out is through the eyes, through the lenses into this world. And what we know about accessing portals in the 3D dimension, in the third dimension is very limited, purposefully so. Because if you think about it, going through doorways is a common practice, going inside, going outside. And there's a drastic difference between being obviously indoors and outdoors. But older generations have always had depictions of gateways, of like pillars and a top, and passing through it, leading you somewhere else. Even though the pillars and the top were outside usually, and there was nothing behind it. But passing through the portal would take you to another world. The Mayans believed in this, and a large amount of their stone carvings are still in Mexico to this day. And there's like a lot of different places like Stonehenge that play around with the whole portals theory, that this dimension is but one of many, and our access points are limited and controlled by those who would be in power. I believe that if we can somehow find these points, these dimensional gateways, these portals, maybe we can have access to information technology that we're currently not able to access. Now, this is just my opinion. This is just my own belief. It's basically just a theory. But I believe that if we can find these points here on the earth by going to areas that our enemies have designated as no-go zones, like Antarctica, or if we're able to somehow get a submersible, a submarine, and go to the phantom depths of the ocean, or if we're able to purchase an airplane and fly all the way up to 30,000 feet on our own, who knows what all we may be able to see, what all is really on this earth. We don't know, because I'm fairly certain, if you're still listening at this point, that maybe you've seen something in your life that has led you believe that there's more things on this earth than just men and women and animals. There's more. I don't know if they're shadow creatures. I don't know if they're shadow demons. I don't know if they're ghosts. I don't know what they are. But there's more here than what meets the eye in our awakened hours that we see. And our ability to reason and curiosity and will to find out what else is out there, I think that may be one of the last great adventures that we as men can have. And while this is a theory, at some point I do have plans to embark on this journey and just see what's really out here for myself to see. And then once I find out, I have plans to tell the world. Maybe I'll find nothing, but then maybe I'll find everything. And I think that we as men, we should keep our curiosity. We should keep our willingness to discover new things, because regardless of whether or not it's actually new, it'll still be new to us. And I think that we as men, especially we as the so-called black men, should maintain our open-mindedness in regards to such things. Anyway, peace.